Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to a 3 looks 1 palette, which I have not done in so long. And filming this video reminds me how much I love filming 3 looks 1 palettes. Like, for real, I love them so much. So I'm really excited to do more with the new palettes that I have into my collection and older palettes that I have done first impressions on and I haven't done 3 looks 1 palettes with yet. It's really reinvigorated my spirit for them. Today, as you already know, is the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. My beautiful, beautiful friend Catriona so generously sent me this palette and I love it. I'm so amped on it. I love the formula. I love the color story. I just have had an absolute blast playing with this palette and I can't wait to share these 3 looks with you. So without further ado, let's get into the first look. Okay, so I've been inspired to do a 3 looks 1 palette with the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. I haven't done a 3 looks 1 palette in so long. And yeah, this palette has just been the absolute joy of my life recently and I just want to continue to use it. So I'm going to do a 2-toned eye with blue and green. I haven't done that in a really long time and I don't know, something about it just makes me, I'm just in the mood. So what I'm going to do, I think this is going to be my blue eye and this is going to be my green eye. So I'm going to start with my blue eye. I'm going to take the shade Echo, which is this pastel blue. And I've primed my eyes with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer and I have not set my lids. And I'm just going to run this shade through my crease. And then I'm going to take the shade Spring for my other eye and do the exact same thing. Okay, so next up I'm going to take the shade River for my blue eye and just put this through my outer corner and my crease. Shape-wise, I'm not doing anything overly complicated. And then I'm going to take the shade Forest. No, why do I keep calling that? The shade Lagoon. And take this on my other eye, just in the exact same shape. And then for my blue eye, I'm going to take the shade Mood, which is this dark blue, and deepen my outer corner and my crease. And then for my green eye, I'm going to take the shade Forest. This is the actual shade Forest. Okay, so now for my lid, I'm going to put down some NYX glitter primer. So I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And then for my blue eye, I'm going to take the shade Serenity and just place this over the glitter glue. And then for my green eye, I'm going to take the shade Wanderer. Okay, really nice. So now I'm going to take the shade Mood and Forest on my two colored eyes respectively and just further deepen my outer corner and then, oops, run that through my crease as well, just to further deepen and just slightly blend out the shimmer. And then take River, which was the mid-toned blue, slightly blend this into the shade Serenity in between Mood and Serenity on my lid. And then also very gently blend this over my crease one more time. And do the exact same thing with the shade Lagoon. And then take Echo, which was the lightest blue, and blend this over the very edges. And do the same thing with Spring, which was the lightest green. Then I'm going to take Serenity and Wanderer on my fingers and intensify these shimmers on my lid. Okay, and honestly, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm going to do the rest of my base and be back to show you the lower lash line. Hello, I am back to do the lower lash line. I'm gonna keep it, again, pretty simple. I'm going to take River for my blue eye, stamp this all underneath my eye, connecting it with my top shadow, the shadow on my top lid, and then blend it out. And do the exact same thing with the shade Lagoon. Okay, and then I'm going to take Mood, which is the dark blue, deepen my lower lash line on my right eye. And then I'm going to take the shade Forest on my other eye and do the same thing. And then I'm going to take the shade Echo, which is the lightest blue, and blend my lower lash line out. And do the same thing with the shade Spring. Now I'm going to take the shade Mystical, which is this matte black, and take this on both eyes in my outer corners. And then I'm going to take the shade Opal, spray that so it sticks, and place that on the inner corners of both of my eyes. And also place that on my brow bone. Okay, so that is where I'm going to leave this look. I'm going to finish up the rest of my face and show you everything complete. Okay, and this is the finished look. I really like it. It's simple, but effective. Which I honestly was kind of in the mood for. I wasn't really trying to do anything overly crazy, but that's the thing about two-toned eyes, which I will always sing the praises of, because technically, technically, in terms of makeup application, they're not hard. I mean, like, application-wise, it's really, really simple, but so impactful and so fun, and I just love it. Also, these lashes, they were just in my random lash bowl, but I am obsessed with them, and I wish that I knew which lash they were. I honestly think they're like Kiss lashes or something from the drugstore, because that's mostly what I buy anyway. But I'm gonna try to hunt them down once again, because I love them. I love how dramatic they are. Oh, for my lips, well, in my waterline, I used on this eye the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Fresh. And then for my green eye, I used the Berry M High Vis Eyeliner in the shade Strobe Light. For my lips, I used the NYX Lip Liner in Espresso and the Maybelline Ultimate Color Sensational Matte Lipstick in the shade More Sepia. And that is all she wrote. Also, I did pink brows, which I don't normally do. Normally, I do my regular just colored brows, but I'm kind of into it. Anyway. Okay, hello, welcome to the second look using the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. I had so many plans today, and all I did was sleep. Like, for real. But you know what I am doing is filming this video. So I have a plan that I want to play with the purples and somehow incorporate this peach. But the more I stare at this color story, the more I'm like, there isn't really anything amazing to blend that peach into. So I'm not 100% sure. I am going to start with the shade Mood, and I'm going to do a rounded eye today, so I'm going to place this just in my outer corner and bring it through my crease. Okay, hopefully that didn't cut out, but my camera stopped recording for a second. Now I'm going to take the shade Pixie. Am I in the center? I think so. And I'm going to blend out the outer half of my eye with this. Okay, and then I'm going to take the shade Earth and blend out the front part of my eye. We'll see. I'm going to try to blend the peach into this, but I don't know if it's going to work, to be honest, but we're just going to see. And I'm not going to blend it too far into or really at all, into the purple, obviously, because purple and green is a no-go. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Make-A-Wish, which is this light purple. Actually, I do not have a brush for this. I'm going to take Make-A-Wish and blend out my eye, like the outer part of my eye. I'll be able to do more blending when I start doing my lower lash line and stuff, but just to kind of start. And then I'm going to take the shade Oasis, which is the peach. The thing is, okay, we're just gonna really like figure this out together because I feel like the green has enough brown in it that this could work, but also it might look really weird. But I needed something between the peach and the blue, because obviously blue and peach are gonna go together. I feel like I'm gonna hate the way this looks. I don't know if I like it. Also, please excuse my washing machine. I think I might hate it. I'm gonna cut my crease, I think, and then we'll be back. Okay, so now that I've cut my crease and it's as even as I always think it's even, and then I look at my face and I'm like, what? It is what it is right now. So I'm going to take Mood, which is the darkest blue, and just re-intensify this on my outer corners. And then I'm going to take Pixie again and just one more time blend over the edges. And also take this a little bit, blend this into my lid as well, just to create a gradient. And then I'm going to take Earth, which is the green, and blend that over my crease one more time. And then take Oasis again. Then I'm going to take a really tiny brush with the shade Mood and just run this. I need a mirror, but run this over the edge, the very edge of my cut crease, just to make it nice and intense and precise. And then I actually think I'm just gonna take Odyssey, which is the gold, all across my lid just by itself. So I'm gonna take some NYX glitter primer first and put this all over the empty space, and then take Odyssey. Okay, so I hopped off camera, I did my base, and then I'm just gonna take Odyssey on my finger and intensify it in my lid. I got a phone call, so I was like, I might as well just continue and finish it up as I do it. But anyway, so this is a really pretty gold. It's not super sparkly, but it's really bright, and gold isn't generally my favorite ever color, but I really dig this one, to be honest. I feel like I like these gold, honestly, more than I like really yellow golds. And then for my lower lash line, I'm going to take Mood and stamp that all underneath. Working from darkest to lightest again. Okay, and then I'm going to take Pixie and blend out the outer half of my eye. And then taking Earth and blending out Mood with that on the front part of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take Make-A-Wish, which is the lightest purple, and really blend this out. And then take Oasis, which is the peach, and blend this into the front as best I can to try to make it show up. And then I'm going to take the shade Mystical, which is this black, and I'm going to place this right just in the outer corner of my top and bottom lid, just to create even more depth. And then I'm going to take Opal, which is the iridescent shade, and I'm going to give that a little spray and put that on my inner corners. Okay, and this is the finished look. The thing is, my camera ran out of space again when I was doing my lower lash line, so I don't know where it cut off. But I just did the exact same thing on my top and bottom lash line, and I put the shade Opal in my inner corner and on my brow bone. On my lips, I have Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Endless Cacao and the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle. I put some of the liquid blush that I use on my cheeks, which is the Made by Mitchell liquid blusher in the shade Can't Cope with Coral. I put that on my lips, and then I put the ColourPop Lizzie So Juicy gloss on top. And I really like this combo. I love the pops of coral, like with the blush and the lips and stuff, to tie in the coral, but also in contrast with the purple. So I'm very into it, I have to say. Another success with this palette. I am just absolutely loving every second of using this palette, for real. I think maybe for my third look I'm gonna do something that's more mossy green, because the only shade, or at least the shades that I haven't used so far at least once in this palette, is the shade Moss and the shade Twilight. So I might play with both of those, and then I will have used every single shade in this palette. So yay. Okay, on to the third. Okay, hello. It's the third look using the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. I want to focus on this shade Moss because it is the only shade in the palette that I haven't used yet. But I'm going to start with the shade Sorbet, which is this bright green. And I'm going to run this through my crease just as my first blending shade. Okay, and now I'm going to take this shade Moss and push this through my outer corner and my crease. Okay, and then I'm going to take the shade Forest and put that through my outer corner and my crease. I don't know really what's happening here, okay? Like, it got blended. Actually, oops. Okay, well, we'll fix this outer part of my eye later. Let's just ignore that. I'm going to take Moss one more time and just run that over the edge. Okay, so I'm going to cut my crease and hop off camera and be right back. Okay, so I just cut my crease, and I'm going to take the shade Moss and blend this into my lid a little bit, just where I cut my crease. And also blend this slightly over the edge of my shadow. And then I'm going to take Forest, which is the darkest green, and stamp this on my outer corner. And then I'm going to take Forest on a small brush and just really precisely define that line by where I cut my crease. Okay, so now I'm going to take some NYX glitter primer and put that all over, excuse me, where I cut my crease. And for my lid shadows, unsure how to phrase that, I'm going to take the shade Twilight, kind of like in the base, the bottom part of my lid, and then I'm going to take, you know what, I actually think I'm going to take Opal in the top part. I think that's what I'm going to do. But first, I'm going to put some NYX glitter primer all over the area of my lid where I cut my crease. Okay, so I'm going to take Twilight. The issue with this shade is that it gets hard pan. Like, this has gotten crazy hard pan for me. And I haven't even technically used it yet. I've eye swatched it and regular swatched it, but anyway. So I'm going to put this on the base of, like, right near my lash line and then move upwards, but I'm going to leave a space for the lighter shade in, like, the area, like the top half of my lid, basically. You'll see. It's just a different kind of placement that I don't normally do, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted to switch it up. Okay, and then I'm going to take Opal just on the other side of my brush and put this on, like, just the top half of my lid like this. You will be able to see it. And then I'm going to take Opal on one side of my brush and Twilight on the other and just blend them into each other, basically. And I might layer a little bit of Opal kind of right in the front part of my eye over Twilight. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on my other eye. Okay, I'm not sure if I like it or if I hate it, but that's what the process is about. So I'm gonna take Forest and I'm going to, this was the deepest green, I'm gonna just blend this a little bit more into the shimmers on my lid. Now I'm gonna take Twilight and Opal on my fingers and I'm going to intensify these shades on my lid, and I'm going to also intensify Opal in, like, the front part of my lid as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up the shape, like the outer edges of my eyes. I'm going to finish up with my base, like do my concealer, blush, like my whole base, and then come back to do the lower lash line and do a little bit more finessing to my top lid. Okay, so I took a little break, but I'm back now to do my lower lash line. My base is done. I'm gonna keep it same, so I'm going to take the shade Moss and run this all underneath my eyes and blend it out. And then I'm going to take the shade Forest and deepen my lower lash line with this and connect it to my top lid. And then I'm going to take Sorbet, which is the lightest green, and blend everything out as well. And then I'm going to take the shade Mystical, which is the matte black, and deepen my outer corners. And I actually also think I'm going to take that same tiny little brush that I used with the darkest green around my crease and take the black and do the same. I want it to be kind of like quite delineated. And now I'm going to take Opal, so that shade I use on my lid as well. I'm going to spray that and I'm going to put that in my inner corners. And I'm going to put that on my brow bone as well. And I might take a little bit of the shade Wanderer, which is this olive metallic, and place this on the inner part of my lower lash line. Okay, so exciting times that we're gonna do together. I'm going to, this is brand new to me, this is the Gavisi Split Cake Retro Liner. This is the UV Pastels one. I bought recently this and the rainbow one because I've been delving more into like doing more linery stuff, but I don't have any official like water activated liners. So finally I do, which I'm very excited about. And I just bought this brush from Michaels. It's like a tiny, technically it's an art brush, but I'm going to use it like a liner brush. And I've never used water activated liners before. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm just gonna dip my little brush, and I'm going to take the green, the light green one. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. Oh my god, I can't. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna do a line right through where I cut my crease. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. I might end up drawing something else in my face just for funsies, but honestly, I don't know. So I'm going to, like I said, leave it there, and then I'll show you the finished look and conclude this video. Okay, and this is the finished look. I ended up just doing some little bubble circle designs. I used the green, the green and the blue from this Gavisi Split Cake Retro Liner. This is the UV Neons, and then also the same green from the UV Pastels. I think these are gonna serve me really well to kind of have a first jump into water activated liners. I really liked how they worked. Once I had to get the hang of it a little bit because I've never used water activated liners before, but so far are 1000% easier to use than liquid liners, and they're really fun. So I definitely really like these, and I'm really happy that I ended up buying them. And I feel like I can do anything now that I have the rainbow colors. But yeah, really fun. And then on my lips I have Makeup Forever Endless Artist Color Pencil and Endless Cacao, the Primark, the wrapper still on this, but the lip liner pencil in the shade Toast, and then the NYX Fat Oil, Lip Drip Fat Oil in the shade Scrollin', which is like an orange. This is the first time I've ever used this product, and I really like it. Honestly, surprisingly, I feel like not as shiny as a gloss, although it is very shiny, so what am I saying? But perhaps a touch more on the nourishing side than like a super sparkly, shiny gloss, but I really like this. I love the color. And yeah, anyway, this has turned into a mini review for these products. But my thoughts on this palette so far after doing a first impressions and 3 looks with it, I am blown away with how much I love this palette, for real. And I'm just so impressed with the Cosmic Brushes formula. It's beautiful, particularly the mattes. They're pigmented, but so blendable and opaque at the same time, but not too powdery. I really love them. They remind me of a slightly more pigmented, slightly stickier, in a sense, version of Blend Bunny. That's the best kind of comparison I think I can give. I saw Amy Loves Makeup compare this to not Glamlight, but Glaminatrix's formula, and I see that, but I feel like Glaminatrix has a very similar formula to Melt in that it's really grippy, really pigmented and really grippy. I feel like this has almost slightly more blend to it. So really, I feel like it's just such a beautiful formula, for real. Like, I'm so impressed by the mattes. I can see myself reaching for this all of the time, and I don't even want to put this palette away. I love it so much. I also think it's nice that we have a variety of shimmer formulas in here. So there's like the really sparkly semi-sheer kind of like topper formula from Ether. We have the more like generally really nice, beautiful like foiled metallics from Wanderer, Twilight, or Serenity and Odyssey. Pearl is slightly less metallic. It's slightly more on the satin side, I think, just because it is slightly more iridescent, but still really, really beautiful, and I think it makes such a pretty addition to the palette. And then this shade, which is on my eyes today, Twilight, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't love it as much. It's nice, it's sparkly when you get it on the eyes, but it hard panned on me right away, and it's nice, it's sparkly, but it's really, really thick and really dense, and it just, I feel like I have a little bit of a difficulty using it. Once you actually get on the eyes, it's nice and sparkly and pretty, but it's just not my favorite. If we had more shades like this, like the Ether shade, which is so, so beautiful, I would love that. But also the metallics otherwise the metallics are nice. They're just like nice metallics. They're not super like shifty, sparkly shades, which I think sometimes with indie brands, indie palettes, you can become accustomed to or expect it. But for the price of this palette, 1000% recommend. I think it's so beautiful, and I cannot wait to see what else Cosmic Brushes comes out with, because I feel like they've really killed it in 2023 or the past couple of years. I also have the Muse palette and the Delicious Delights palette that I am really excited to do a first impression and 3 looks on. I think they look really beautiful, and I cannot wait to use them. Those are my thoughts on the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. Finally, I feel like it's almost an out-of-body experience to actually be trying this palette, because it was so hyped up for so long. And I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for what Cosmic Brushes does in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it, and I would love to see you in my next one. Bye.